nights. So if that's something that you have an interest in doing and helping us plan, as we communicate with you, just let us know, and we'll send you an invitation, and we'll let you know when we're meeting. If all goes well, this is where we will meet. This will be our location, and we invite you to come, bring your ideas. So, and we're really happy, we're very thankful, and we're blessed to have you come out and join us tonight. Raven Short, who is my daughter, is going to tell you about where we're headed.
Good evening. As you know, we are at the beginning of planning our nonprofit, and so our vision for our future is very broad, but it's very exciting because we want to stay firmly rooted within the Louisville community. But as we grow and as we transition, we'd also like to expand into other communities so that they can experience what we're giving to our community. And so, as she said, after the 5-year mark, you kind of get your stride. And so about every 7 years, we would like to transition into a new director of our organization so that the ideas can stay fresh and new and renewed, and we don't get stuck in our ways and just have that mundane mentality of our organization. And that's really just our vision right now for our organization. It's very open, and we're open to new ideas and possibilities for our future. And so we would like to show you a video of what it's looked like in the past at past back-to-school fairs.
We weren't playing jokes on you. We really weren't. There was a commercial on, and I don't know if it was about it's a car dealership, and the lady goes and she takes her dog, and the dog has the big home, and the guy makes a joke and say, "Wow, that's a big hearing aid your dog have on. You know, you got to talk very softly." And she said, "Well, I've been talking about him all day. I didn't realize that." So we weren't playing tricks on you. We weren't playing tricks on you. So as you see, we really do put together the community and really kind of help them and help parents that attend come in and find out how they get started for school. And school supplies are a very key component to that. Children being able to walk into school and have all the supplies that they need sets that education pattern immediately. And so that's one of the issues that we really do want to keep. That's one of the passions that we want to have as relates to that. Now, we have, as a starting community, as a starting committee, have put together what we believe is a very conservative budget in order to do that, and that's a combination of in-kind and donated items. And so we definitely want to get your input on that, how you might help us identify sponsors. We currently are looking for a title sponsor for this event as well. We are working out, as Joanna shared, some of the processes, and we definitely want you to be a part of that as well. But you know, we now want you to kind of think about what are some things that we need to share with you to really kind of get you engaged in this particular process. Most of the school supplies that you see here, we either purchased or corporations did school drives for us. And so we will go back down that road again, having different larger corporations to decide whether they want to do backpacks or whether they want to just donate a kit for a student. So we're very flexible. Our target this year is somewhere around 3,000 kids. There you go. 3,000 kids that we're hoping to serve this year, and our conservative budget for doing that is right around $70,000. And you know, we really looked at what we've done in the past, and we feel that this is what will help us cover anything over that we need. This is how we break it down. The cost for the individual school boxes are $14.50. We verified that. Backpacks, we run about $5.50 or so, which averages out to about $20 per student. So when we look for sponsors, you can have a choice of sponsoring, you know, 5 students, 1 student, 10 students. It works out very well, whichever way you want to break it down and moving in that direction. At the event itself, we make sure that the school supplies are delivered in a way in which the parents are, you know, don't necessarily come just for the supplies. We really are going to this year build up the fair itself, because it's so much great information that goes into that. And so we really want to make sure that the families come for the fair. But for those that we will identify in the process that really need this extra added support, we will make sure that those students get identified, and so your donations goes directly to those families that need that help directly. Okay? So with that, we want to open it up for question and answers. We will surely answer the ones that we can, and if we say we're not quite sure, we promise to get an answer back to you as well.
I have a question. I've always been in the other room, so I haven't been in the, seeing how everything is. Are you buying the prepackaged supplies?
Yes.
Are you doing it by age group?
By age group, by grade,
Okay.
by grade. The very first year we did that, we bought loose supplies and we packaged it, and we learned really quickly.
And I don't think you save any money.
No, you don't. You don't. And so we buy the prepackaged supplies. They come already packed, and they're grade specific. And we buy a generic pack. So while some schools may have some specialties, if a parent just has to buy the specialty and doesn't have to buy everything else, that's a financial savings for them. So we get a generic school pack, and then if their particular child's school has a specialty item they have to buy, then that's the only thing the parent has to buy.
How do you advertise this to the community? Because I know you always have a tremendous turnout.
The schools. The schools are our
Schools,
main source,
okay.
yes. This year, because we're just getting our footing, we are going to focus particularly on just the Louisville ISD students. In the past, we've done multiple fairs in multiple communities. As Raven alluded to, we will revisit that each year to determine, but for this year, we're totally focusing just on the students that are within the Louisville ISD, and we'll just do one fair.
And we used to do, even within Louisville ISD, multiple fairs. Some fairs were at schools because it just made better sense to have them there, and we're not going to do that this year. So we're just going to have one fair at one school, which we do have the school already identified, and we have lots of support from the school district, but we aren't going to be doing the multiple community fairs that we did the last time. So it's easier for marketing in that way.
Right, oh, I agree.
Much easier. Okay, anything else I left out?
I did want to monopolize that.
No, you're okay.
You know, sometimes I do a lot of these, so I'm really
It
excited.
does take people a little time to warm up.
You're doing it a week earlier, I think, than normal.
Yes.
Do you think that will affect your traffic?
We thought about that, but we looked at the master calendar, and one of the things that we looked at, one of the challenges with doing it so later, I think, was it really kind of balked with our volunteer pool. So we thought if we did it earlier, we may increase our volunteer pool, but from our attendees, we think we're okay. But when we did it closer to the opening of school, sometimes that impacted, and then the school has things that they have to do to get set up. So we figured to be gracious and good host of the school that we're going to have and the number of volunteers. We use a lot of teachers that are great volunteers, and sometimes having it very close to the time school is about to start sort of impact them. We don't think from the attendee perspective that we're okay. We think we'll be okay. We think we'll be fine. There, I think that, because we had that discussion about what we can do.
Can you give me the date again?
August 9th.
August 9th, okay.
So is this just an information type gathering meeting, and then you'll break out in committees later?
Yes,
or?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just to let you know where we're planning, and then in our very first planning committee meeting, you will surely get an opportunity to attend that as well. Then we will divide up in the tasks. So there will be one person that's over volunteers, one person that's over just vendors, 1 or 2 or 3 people that are over identification of parents and children, what that process is going to be for getting them into the fair, getting them out of the fair, and all of that. So we will break that up. The planning committee, there were many of them we did not invite to this. You're here because you played either a critical financial role, that's why you're here, or immunizations are huge. And we know a couple of years ago, we weren't sure if we were going to have to pay for those immunizations. So that's why you're here. But the actual planning committee is about another 10 or 15 people.
Okay. And you're still looking for a title sponsor, is that
Yes.
what I heard?
Yes, we are.
I'll get some more information about
Okay,
that.
that'd be perfect.
Don't know if I can work miracles.
You never can tell. You never can tell.
I love this event, it's a great event.
Yes.
Have we looked at large corporations like Chase who?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes.
they're one of the largest employers in Louisville.
Yes. We actually have, what Chase has done for us in the past, and so we'll definitely ask them if they'll be willing to do that for us again in the future. And they received an invitation to this evening event. We had quite a few people that had conflicts, but they did get an invitation to today.
Meetngreet does a lot of these too, do they participate in
And
this?
who is that?
Meetngreet.
We don't have that.
They do a big back-to-school fair in Irving where they supply all of the school supplies.
Oh, wow.
And then we do the immunizations. That event may not happen this year,
Okay.
so.
Mary,
you might
write
want
it down.
to-
Everybody write it down.
I just assumed that, but yeah, and I can see if I can find a contact.
That would be
number for you.
perfect. That would be perfect.
You know, it may be too late in the year, but.
That'd be perfect. Who knows? That'd be perfect. Thank you.
And I'll ask Blue Cross, I don't know where they are either.
That'd be perfect.
I'm not the money part of the business.
That'd be perfect.
Well, AmeriGroup is tied to CHIP and
Medicaid.
Medicaid, so
Okay.
it would be a big resource for people to get information.
Perfect, perfect, great, good.
Oh, they will definitely attend even if
Okay.
they. do not
Okay,
have
okay.
money.
good,
That'd be
perfect.
nice, they
It'd
could
be
have
nice
some
if they
money.
come. That'd be perfect.
Any other questions?
Is that school location, is it, you can't release that now? 'Cause you didn't
Yes,
say what
yes,
school.
Harmon. Yes, Harmon, where we were last year. Yeah, Harmon,
It's the Louisville High School Harmon campus
the Harmon campus.
on
yeah.
3040,
Yes.
after 3040.
Yeah, this will be our third
Third
year.
year.
Yes, third year.
It's a good location.
It's a
and-
great
And
location.
traffic-wise, you
Yes.
can work with it.
And space-wise, as far as inside the school, it's absolutely perfect in there.
So you do have LISD nurses working with
Yes.
you, volunteering with you. I'd like to get some of those nurses volunteering
Oh,
for the caravan program. I know they're still on summer break, but